Okay, so game number 1. As you can see behind me, I have created a very cool looking den. Now it's really easy to do, but you might need some help. You just take 2 chairs that you've got in your house, throw a blanket over it, and it becomes a really fun den that you can get right in if you want to, or stay outside. Now, this works for Little Red Riding Hood in lots of different ways. The first way being, if one of you crouches underneath as the big bad wolf and hides inside and pretends to be a scary wolf but hiding, so staying really quiet, and the other person skips around the outside like Little Red Riding Hood, la 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 la, picking flowers on her way to Grandma's house, then you can take it in turns to be the wolf and jump out and scare Little Red Riding Hood. This den also works as one person inside being Grandma. Oh, Little Red Riding Hood, is that you? And you could go right underneath and be Grandma, and the other person could be on the outside being the big bad wolf knocking on Grandma's door. Yes, it's me, Little Red Riding Hood, let me in. And tricking Grandma into thinking it's Red Riding Hood. And then see what happens, see where that game takes you. And lastly, the den could be used for the wolf inside the den pretending to be Grandma. Oh yes, it's me, Grandma. I'm in my lovely night dress going to sleep. And the person on the outside could be Little Red coming to visit. Is that you, Grandma? You sound a bit different. So that's the first game. Have fun with that one. Now for game number 2. This is called Imaginary Picnic. Now, with a blanket, you can spread it out on the floor, and you can go outside if it's a really nice day or if you have access to the outdoors. If not, like me, you can just be inside. So it can just be you alone or you and your family. And you can spread out a blanket, and just like Little Red Riding Hood, you can pack a basket with lots of your favourite things inside. So the game is what's in your basket. So as you pull something out of your basket, make it really clear what it is. So if I did this, ooh. I might be eating a big bag of toffee if you didn't get that. That was a big bag of toffee, and I made sure I chewed it like this to make sure the other person knew what it was. So you can play packing your basket with lots of different things and miming to each other what those things are. So I might also do this. Pop! And that might be a nice glass of champagne that I'm sipping, okay? Or you might peel a banana and eat it. The other fun thing you can do is, are you packing nice things or horrible things in your basket? So you could maybe get out a packet of slugs that you've packed and eat the horrible, or maybe it's worms that you're eating. Try that with one another. See if you can guess what's in each other's picnic. Game number 3 is called Be the Tree. I think that rhymed, didn't it? So, can you remember when Little Red Riding Hood went off into the forest? I want you to imagine you are one of the trees in the forest. So, how would you stand as a tree? Would your arms be all crooked? Are you an old oak tree? Are you a young spring tree? Show me your hands as the branches. You can stand up tall. How does your tree look? Okay. Now try and sway in the wind like a tree. And I want you to use your imaginations to imagine the trees are whispering to Little Red Riding Hood. What would they be saying to her to try to stop her finding the wolf? They try to warn her not to go any further. What would they say as they're swaying? Don't go into the forest. Beware of the big bad wolf. See how many things you can come up with, and see who can be the stillest tree ever after that. Game number 4. creatures of the forest. Now, as we know, Little Red Riding Hood went into a forest, but imagine you've gone deeper and deeper into an enchanted forest. What creatures are in there? What would you find? So think about it. Are there magical little pixies? Are there grumpy old trolls? Are there beautiful unicorns? Maybe one by one, you can show me each of those things. So the first one was a magical little pixie. So how would those little pixies fly around? Would they be quick? Would they jump from things to thing? Would they smile? What would they do as magical little pixies walk around? The next one you can become is a grumpy old troll. So how would grumpy old trolls walk around? Would they stomp their feet? Ugh. Would they make noises? How would a grumpy old troll walk around? And the last one, which you might really enjoy, is a beautiful unicorn. So how would a beautiful unicorn walk around? Now this is a really fun game that you can do with lots of different creatures. So how about you spend a couple of minutes thinking of 2 more creatures that you could walk around as in the enchanted forest. And the final game, which I think you will all enjoy, is a classic one called Grandmother's Footsteps. Who's heard of that before? A few of you? So this is how you play if you don't know. One of you will be Grandma. You will stand with your back to everyone else. So you're looking at a wall and you will listen out for any noises you hear. When you hear those noises, you will turn around, okay? Now everyone else playing, you are trying to walk towards Grandma without her hearing you. So you've got to creep. You can't run, you can't make any noises. You're creeping towards Grandma. But if she hears you and she turns around and spots you, you're out, okay? You can pretend that you're Little Red Riding Hood sneaking up. You can pretend you're the big bad wolf sneaking up to gobble down Grandma. But Grandmother's Footsteps is a really, really fun one. So try and get the whole family involved for that one. And that's it. There we have it. We have retold the story of Little Red Riding Hood and we have played lots of games to do with Little Red Riding Hood, which I hope you have enjoyed. Now you can do this with lots of different traditional tales. How could you do the same thing for maybe the 3 Little Pigs or Goldilocks? Have a little think, because really try and stay creative and reading and just being happy and having fun, because that's what it's all about. So a big goodbye from me. And stay safe and have fun.